It's the championship match so big it's going to take us 2 shows next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids, brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the final championship match of Quiz Kids. We have 2 terrific teams who have earned their place over this past season. I'd like to introduce them to you now. First, over here, we have the Bellarmine Bells. And our other top team, the Mission San Jose Warriors. Congratulations to both teams for getting this far. Let's start playing. First, we'd like to meet the Bellarmine team. Ankit Agarwal, we thought maybe on this last interview we'd give you a chance to say thank you to whoever you wanted to thank for getting you here.
Yes, I would like to start off our collective gratitude by first of all thanking my friends for working so hard for being here, as well as the Quiz Bowl team that wasn't present here to show up, but still, through their determination and hard work, was able to help us get to this point. We wouldn't be able to get here without them.
Fantastic, Ankit. Tane Katari, who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Mr. Fleitas for all of the work he's put in, through the 4 years that I've been at Bellarmine and the 3 years that the 2 of them have been at Bellarmine in making the Quiz Bowl team work the way it does. I'd also like to thank our teachers for their commitment to education.
That's very nice, Tane. Nikhil Desai.
And on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank our parents who have given us a lot of support by coming out here and watching us. And when we had to go to commitments and the like, being willing to let us go. We couldn't have gotten this far, and we couldn't have gotten the strength to continue. We couldn't have found the strength to play our best without all of your support. So thank you.
Very gracious words, gentlemen. Let's give you a chance to earn some points. I have 2 categories today, 2 exciting categories, and because you had the highest point total of this time, you are going to get to choose between encore, and, it's reduplication and names the same.
We're going to take reduplication.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we're going to take reduplication.
Reduplication. Each answer contains a repeated syllable or syllables as the answer. Repeated syllable or syllables as the answer. Ready? Here's your first one. This is the sidekick of Yogi the Bear or a toddler's scrape on the knee.
Boo-boo.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is a dance associated with Parisian nightclubs, including very high kicks done by a chorus line.
Can-can?
Yeah.
Can-can?
You got it. This is the insect vector for African sleeping sickness.
Tsetse fly.
Right. The city in central Washington state known for its sweet onion.
Walla Walla.
Right. The last name of a Nobel Peace Prize winner from South Africa, or a skirt worn by ballet dancers.
Tutu, yeah.
Right. The secret insurgent organization which in 1952 began reprisals against white settlers in Kenya.
Mau Mau.
Yeah.
You got it. And finally, this is a deficiency of vitamin B1 that leads to this disease.
Berry.
You got all the points right. 100 points. Congratulations. We'll be right back. Back with the Mission San Jose team. Raymond Liu, who would you like to thank?
Well, I would like to thank the rest of my team members for really being mutually supportive. Doing Quiz Kids with them was just a great time. And especially I'd like to thank Jeffrey Lee, our captain, because he was just a really great guy, very organized and supportive, never mocked me or did anything deprecating like that. So I really appreciate him for it. Having heard Jeffrey talk about Canada earlier, I won't comment, but Jeffrey, who would you like to thank?
I would like to thank our coach, Peter Gesche, even though he isn't here today. I'd also like to thank Solomon Hammer for being here on very short notice and agreeing to be our coach.
Wonderful. And Raymond Zhang. Richard Zhang.
I would like to thank our parents because they've all been very supportive of this Quiz Kids things, even though they couldn't make it here to watch the show.
Well, that's nice. I hope you guys do very well in this first round. We've got a very special category for you. It's called Names the Same. From one, many. Name these words with 2 different meanings. I'll give you the meanings and you tell me the word, okay? It's a line segment joining points on a curve or a set of simultaneous musical notes.
Chord.
Yeah.
Chord.
Right. It's our European capital city or the Trojan prince who abducts Helen.
Paris.
Right. It's the number of stages in the Tour de France or the goal in blackjack.
21.
Right. It's the program that landed man on the moon or the twin brother of Artemis.
Apollo.
That's it. It's a Barry Manilow disco song named for a nightclub or a Rio suburb famous for its beach.
Jose.
Copacabana. It's a Shakespearean villain or a Disney parrot voiced by Gilbert Gottfried.
Iago.
That's correct. And finally, it's a city in the North Rhine-Westphalia region of Germany or the piggy bank from the movie Toy Story.
Ham.
That's it for 60 points. Congratulations. We'll return with the three-for-all. Last week in our studio, we had 7 lovely Cub Scouts, and we accidentally left them in the studio, closed up, came back this week, and they have multiplied to 21 Cub Scouts from Cub Scout Pack 65 Den 15 from San Carlos and the Tiger Cub Pack 216 from San Jose. Let's give them a big hand. I think you're not supposed to pour water on them after midnight or something like that. I forget what it is. Anyway, also, like the team members, we are very grateful to the coaches who do so much hard work to make these teams ready to play. So we'd like to also thank the coach from Bellarmine, Mr. Chris Fleetus, and the substitute coach from Mission San Jose, Mr. Solomon Hammer. Gentlemen, it's time for the three-for-all, so get those buzzers in your hands. I'll ask you some toss-up questions. If you answer the toss-up question correctly, your team will control that round. We are at 100 to 60. Here is the first question. Iago inspired me. This question's about Shakespeare. His palace must be really haunted. Name the Shakespearean title character visited by the ghosts of Prince Edward. Jeffrey.
Macbeth?
No. Prince Edward, Henry VI, and Anne.
Richard III, I believe.
Richard III.
Correct. Of the 3 ghosts I mentioned, which was himself a title character of a 3-part history play?
Henry, right? Henry.
Joyce. Which Henry did he say, though?
Henry the Fourth.
Okay,
Henry the Fourth.
No, 5th.
Well, okay, it was Henry VI. He was a French-born Italian abbot and the primary builder of the reforming... yes, to name.
Mazarin.
No. Of the reforming Cistercian order, for whom are 2 alpine passes named, as well as a breed of dog famous for rescuing stranded travelers.
Dalmatian Labrador.
Labrador.
Labrador?
No, Bernard, St. Bernard. Pump air between the fowl's flesh and skin to separate the skin from the fat. That's the first of many steps to make what elaborate dish named for the yes, to name.
Foie gras.
No, named for the Chinese capital.
Peking duck.
Yes, the white Pekin is the type of duck used to make Peking duck. In the U.S., most Pekins are raised in what region of New York?
Albany? No. Susquehanna.
Long Island.
Yeah.
Cai Lun is credited with which invention that displaced a product that Romans imported from Egypt and in his native China replaced bamboo scrolls? Jeffrey.
Paper?
Yes. The word paper comes from the name of what wetland sedge?
Papyrus, right?
What other Greek name for papyrus named a major Phoenician papyrus exporting port and is at the root of words such as library?
No answer?
Greek word biblos.
Oh.
In 1655, Sir William Penn seized what island for England that was later governed by Captain Morgan and is today known as the birth... Yes, Nikhil.
Jamaica?
Right. Although Kingston is the capital of Jamaica, most cruise ships dock at what port city with a Spanish name?
Montego.
Montego? Montego or
Montego.
Montego?
Ocho Rios.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
John Lloyd Stevens studied the ruins of what Mesoamerican civilization at Uxmal? Yes, Ankit.
Maya.
Right. The Mayan ruins of Caracol are not in Mexico, but rather in what neighboring country whose official language is English?
Belize, yes.
Right. The ruins at Tulum are one of the most visited sites, perhaps due to their proximity to what tourist resort?
Cozumel.
No, Cancun.
Cancun, dude.
Tourist resort.
By winning national twice as vice presidents, losing for president, and then winning twice for president, Richard.
Nixon.
Correct. For whom did Nixon serve as vice president?
Eisenhower.
Name either of Nixon's vice presidential running mates.
Was it Agnew? Agnew.
Agnew and Henry Cabot Lodge, exactly. 40 points. Thunderhead Mountain in South Dakota is being carved into a memorial featuring what yesterday.
Crazy Horse?
Right. This memorial is located 8 miles from what Black Hills Monument completed in 1941?
Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore.
Correct. The Crazy Horse Memorial was started in 1948 by sculptor Korczak Zalkowski, who worked for what creator of Mount Rushmore?
Borglum. Yeah.
You got 40 points. What is the term for whales that filter their food from the sea? Yes, Raymond.
Baleen whales?
Right. The California Academy of Sciences displays a skeleton of what largest baleen whale?
Blue whale.
Yes. Baleen is not made from enamel as teeth are, but rather from what protein that's also found in your fingernails?
Keratin.
You got 40 points. Warren Harding's Interior Secretary, Albert Fall. Jeffrey?
Teapot dome.
Etymologists generally agree that what two-word phrase for the person who takes the blame existed before Teapot Dome?
Fall guy?
Yes.
Fall guy?
And for 40, at the heart of the Teapot Dome scandal were a series of oil leases issued without what process designed to fairly choose the product with the best total cost of ownership?
Auction?
Competitive bidding. The Gaelic word for children gives us what Scottish term for an extended family? Richard?
Clonod?
No.
Just a clan, maybe?
Yeah, go for it.
Clan?
Correct. Also seen on the flag of the United Kingdom is a Scottish contribution, the cross of which patron saint appears on Scotland's national flag.
St. Andrew, maybe?
Andrew?
Yes. If you went to play the old course at St. Andrews, you might cross what estuary of the River Firth with a silly-sounding name?
I don't know.
Glamorgan?
It's the Firth of Forth.
Okay.
Who was within weeks of being ordained an Anglican clergyman when he impulsively took an unpaid post aboard a globe-circling ship? Nikhil.
Charles Darwin?
What was the name of the ship on which Darwin traveled?
Beagle.
Darwin's father was persuaded to allow his son to take the voyage by his brother-in-law, the heir to what British porcelain dynasty?
Porcelain?
Woolworth? No.
Wedgwood.
Okay.
You might remember that its name comes from the Greek for parchment label when your teacher passes out what list of items to be covered in a course? Nikhil.
Syllabus.
2-semester American history courses have traditionally divided at the year 1877, as that year marks the end of what period that followed the Civil War?
The Gilded Age. Or Reconstruction.
Reconstruction?
Yes. Okay. The Compromise of 1877 settled the disputed presidential election between Rutherford B. Hayes and what opponent?
Tilden. Yeah, Tilden.
Tilden?
You got 40 points, and we'll be right back. $260 to $190, and here is your next toss-up question. This Senate Majority Leader had a close call, but in 2010, who held on to his Senate seat? Ankit.
Reed.
Earlier that year, Scott Brown defeated Martha Coakley to win the seat held for 47 years by what late senator?
Ted Kennedy?
And Barbara Boxer won her Senate race after defeating what former CEO of what tech company?
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah,
No, I'm asking for the company. I'm not asking for the name.
Hewlett Packard, right?
HP.
HP.
You got it. That's right, for 40 points. I'm sorry, I kind of messed that one up, so it's fine. At the point of his death, what was the highest governmental office Julius Caesar attained? A post formerly held, yes, Nikhil?
Consul.
No. A post formerly held by Sulla and Cincinnatus.
Dictator.
Correct. In the Roman Republic, a dictator's term was limited to what length of time?
I think 6 months. Was it 6 months? Yeah, 6 months.
Yes. After Julius's death, what political alliance took control of Rome and ran things in a tyrannic manner?
Second triumvirate or first? I don't know.
Second.
Second triumvirate.
That is correct for 40 points. More Shakespeare. They're ruled by Oberon and Titania. Name, Jeffrey?
Fairies?
Yes. In what Shakespeare play would you find all of these characters?
Summer's Night's Dream.
Yes. In the play, which servant of Oberon shares his name with a piece of sports equipment?
Puck.
You got 40 points. There are 3 ways in which 2 triangles can be proved congruent. One method is side angle side. Name either of the other, Jeffrey.
Side.
Okay. What is the area of an equilateral triangle where each side measures 2 centimeters?
2. So it'd be root 3. 2.
Yeah,
Root 3.
The square root.
The square root of 3.
Okay. Give the 5 numbers that appear in the 4th row of Pascal's triangle of binomial coefficients.
1, 5, 10, 10.
No, be 1,
1, 4, 6, 4, 1.
1, 4, 6, 4, 1.
You got 40 points. I don't know how, but you did. Good. Athens was a democracy, meaning government by the people. What is the Greek term for rule by the few? Ankit.
Oligarchy.
Yes. What is the term for an oligarchy in which an entity is ruled by leaders who are significantly older than most of the adult population?
Cenocracy? No, it's plutocracy is merchants. Cenocracy.
Cenocracy?
No, it's a gerontocracy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Minnesota's state quarter and the Canadian $1 coin both include images of gay... Yes, Raymond.
Loons?
What?
Loons?
Yes. The term lunatic originated with the idea that blamed what heavenly body for crazy behavior?
The moon.
And the name of the 44th Vice President of the United States sounds like the name of what California state bird?
The quail. Oh, quail.
Yes, the quail, 40 points. What is the three-word name for the circle of latitude at 23 degrees? Yes, Nikhil.
Tropic of Cancer.
What is the name of the circle of latitude at 23 degrees, 26 minutes, 26 seconds south of the equator?
Tropic of Capricorn, yeah.
You feel so lucky now, don't you? Capricorn 1 was the name of a 1970s film about a manned voyage to what planet?
Mars? I don't know.
Let's go Mars.
Mars is right for 40 points. Fear of a Catholic heir led to what event which toppled the British king? Yes, Richard.
Glorious Revolution?
What British king was forced out?
Charles II. Or was it James II?
James.
James II.
And what daughter of James II replaced him along with her husband?
Mary. Mary. Of Orange.
I need more.
William and Mary. Of Orange.
I need a number.
It's the third. Wait.
Mary II.
That is right. Okay, good. 40 points. This animal in the genus Canis is sometimes referred... Nikhil.
Dog?
No.
Oh.
It is sometimes referred to as the American jackal. Name this wily predator sometimes spotted in the Presidio and Golden Gate Park.
Coyote. Coyote.
Beep, beep. In the cartoons, who always gets away from Wile E. Coyote?
Roadrunner.
The cactus wren, not the roadrunner, is the state bird of what desert state?
Alaska?
Huh?
Go.
New Mexico.
Arizona. What term was used for inhabitants? What term was used for inhabitants of mixed native and Spanish descent of the New World? Nikhil.
Mestizos.
Right. What term referred to those of full Spanish descent but born in the New World and thus not as prestigious as those born in Spain?
Creoles.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, Creoles?
Yes. What term describes Spanish nobles born in Spain who outranked the Creoles?
Peninsulars.
Peninsulares?
That is right for 40. The end of the round, 390 to 410. We'll be right back with the next round.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
As we enter this next countdown round, I want to look at these close scores, 410 to 390, and remind our teams that the person who scores the team that scores the most points in this next round does not necessarily win the championship. They will just carry that advantage into our final episode of the season when we will crown our champion. So I'm going to put 3 minutes on the clock, and I have a series of 30-point questions here. Good luck to both teams. Here we go. What geographic term correctly describes both Bolivia and Paraguay? Nikhil.
Landlocked.
Yes. The Spanish novelist Miguel Cervantes fought at what decisive 15? Nikhil.
The Battle of Lepanto.
Correct. This Austrian is known for his work Civilization and Its Discontents. Ankit.
Freud.
Yes. It was started in 312 BC. It eventually ran from Rome through Capua to Brandisium. Nikhil.
The Appian Way.
Correct. A pizza has 16 equal slices. What is the measurement of the central angle of each slice? Yes, Nikhil.
22.5 degrees.
That is right. Which novelist, The Lost Symbol, involves the founding fathers? Nikhil.
Dan Brown.
Right. The War of the League of Augsburg was directed against the expansionist goals of what French monarch? Raymond.
Napoleon.
Nope.
Louis XIV. Louis XIV.
Correct. Known as the father of microscopy, who was the first to call... Yes, Jeffrey.
Leeuwenhoek?
Yes. This man who invaded Italy on the pretext of being engaged to Valentinian III's sister died... Yes, Raymond.
Attila the Hun.
Right. In this team's first year, they set the all-time attendance record for a single year with nearly 4.5 million fans. Name this baseball team whose home games are almost a mile above sea level. Richard.
Rockies?
Yes. What optical name is given to a consumer panel hired to review and evaluate products? Ankit.
Oversight Committee.
No. You can steal.
What was it?
Overseer.
No, it was like the trial committee.
A focus group.
Oh, yes.
He was a younger prince but rose to greatness far exceeding his older brothers. For his battles against the Saxons... Yes, Richard?
Richard Lionhearted?
No. For his battles against the Saxons and Vikings, who is the only British ruler to be known as the Great?
Alfred?
Yeah.
Alfred.
Yes. What is the only U.S. state that borders both the Atlantic Ocean and two of the great... Nikhil?
New York.
Right. Johann Tetzel was a Dominican... Yes, Tanae?
Indulgences?
Correct. I can't turn my page. Their danger is classified on the Torino scale. Name... Raymond?
Asteroids.
Right. Because of their importance, they are targeted by knife-wielding hoods in crime movies. What is the name of the two large veins that carry blood? Yes, Jeffrey?
Jugulars.
Right. One of the first United States flags showed a serpent on it. What phrase did this... Yes, Tanae?
Live free or die.
I'm sorry. What phrase did this flag also contain?
Join or die?
Huh? Yeah, join or die?
Don't tread on me. When you evaluate the imaginary number 1 to the 10th, what do you get? Nikhil?
1?
No.
You said 1 to the 10th.
You said 1 to the 10th.
Am I reading this wrong?
It should be I to the 10th.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it is I to the 10th. We're going to go on. I'm sorry, let's just... The real-life person by this name was a colonel in the U.S. Army during the War of 1812. What school teacher is scared by a Hessian horseman in... Nikhil?
Ichabod Crane.
Right. Which polymer has straight chains composed of beta-glucose, which, unlike the branch... Yes, Nikhil?
Cellulose.
Right. The English one was written in 1689 as part of the negotiations during the Glorious Revolution. What set of power-limiting... Jeffrey?
Bill of Rights.
Right. Is that the buzzer? The buzzer, the end of the game. Look, 750 to 590.
Go to quizkids.tv to meet our teams, learn more about the questions on today's show, and to get tickets to see the show in person.
The game is not over. We have an advantage here of 750 to 590, but we'll see if the other team can catch up. We'll be back with both teams and you next week. Bye-bye.
The following underwriters help to make this program possible. The San Mateo Credit Union. Additional support provided by the Burlingame Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and the Knights Templar.